So my name is Sal and I'm a whitewater kayaker. In particular, I specialise in expeditions, usually in pretty wild and remote places. So my kayaking adventures have taken me all over the world. In particular, the last couple of years I've spent a lot of time in Asia and South America. My most recent expedition was in Kamchatka in eastern Russia, where I was with Steve Backshall, a nature and wildlife presenter, and we were exploring a never run river before, and also making a documentary about the bears in the area, which was pretty cool. I think the trips with Steve have been really positive when it comes to promoting women in adventure. Not only because every expedition includes several women that are leading kind of their field or their speciality in adventure sports, but also because of the teams that are behind the cameras. So in my expeditions alone with Steve, not only have we had women on the water kind of proving their awesomeness and their badass skills, but also behind the scenes, producers, directors, editors, majority of them have been women as well, which is really cool seeing women just kind of leading the charge. So I think women in adventure and the media is quite an interesting subject. I definitely feel like things are getting better, but through my experience I have noticed a few challenges there. For instance, I was interviewed for a podcast quite recently, and their opening question was, why do you think there's a lack of women in adventure? And then they followed that by saying that I was the first female on their podcast. And I basically used that as my answer, in that there are plenty of women all over the world doing awesome stuff, we're just not hearing about them. When it comes to media, there have been some challenges. In particular, initially when I started working with Steve, I was kind of approached about doing some presenting work myself and things, which I was really interested in doing. But then I was told several times, particularly by agents, that there isn't a place for women in adventure on TV. What I was told was that the men in adventure, or the audience, is usually made up of men that want to be those adventurous men, whether they realise it or not, and the women that fancy them. So I've been told several times that there isn't a place for women in adventure on TV, and whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's been my experience and the kind of feedback I've been given. And I think as well, obviously it probably doesn't help, I'm quite small and squeaky, but there has been times in my professional career that I've definitely had to work harder to earn people's trust. On the river, obviously things can get quite serious, it's quite scary for people, you are being pushed out your comfort zone on a regular basis. And when I was in Chile, I spent a lot of time over there, and I was managing a kayaking school, and every week we'd have a new group of clients ready to start their week of exciting paddling in some amazing locations all around Chile. And every Saturday, every day one, I'd be asked, are you the lunch lady? Are you the driver? Are you the cleaner? It was the same questions every week, and it became a bit of a running joke with the guys that I work with. And it would take a couple of days, but soon I would earn the client's trust. And by the end of it, they were kind of treating me the same as everyone else, and I had a lot of their respect by then. But it was that same process every week, which was pretty exhausting, to be honest. Having to prove myself, earn their trust, and then start again with the next group of clients. Truth be told, it was pretty annoying, and it really did kind of highlight that how I was looked upon differently, and that the extra effort and the extra pressure to have to earn myself, to earn people's trust and respect, really, and that didn't leave any room for error. If I messed up, then I've blown my chances of earning that person's trust, whereas the guys could make mistakes and it kind of be laughed at and moved on from. Well, the more travelling that I'm doing, the more awesome badasses I'm meeting all over the world who inspire me and keep kind of reminding me that we can do these things, and that we should just go for the things that we want to do. And I think my most recent expedition with Steve really highlighted that. My first trip with them, I was a safety kayaker, which essentially is like an assistant to the main guide, and you're given instructions and tasked to doing things. But for the most recent expedition, I was actually promoted to the leader. And this was really serious whitewater, absolutely in the middle of nowhere, so the responsibility was enormous. And hopefully, when this is aired on the TV, girls sat at home watching it will see a girl leading a team, including a celebrity, in this incredible environment, and hopefully it will give them the encouragement or the inspiration to go after what they want to do and not to doubt themselves and just to go for it.